Arnold Rothstein had many roles. He had many nicknames to go with it. The big bankroll, the brain, AR. He was the conduit between legitimate business and the underworld. If you were a bad guy and you had a good idea that could make money, you went to Arnold Rothstein and he would bankroll you. If you're a politician and you need some favors done, you went to Arnold Rothstein and he would get the bad guys to do your dirty work for you.
Rothstein was a business magnate. He was smart and foresaw business trends. Most of them ended up being illicit. Arnold Rothstein went on to mentor what became the mob stars of the future, Jewish, Italian, and Irish gangsters that he taught how to dress, he taught them how to act, he taught them how to behave in public, and how to follow the basic rule of business, supply and demand, which included gambling, liquor, and narcotics. Being that opium and cocaine were now lucrative opportunities, he taught an elite group of them to travel the world and secure these drug deals. Of that group, you had Charlie Lucky Luciano, who already had 2 drug-related crimes on his record by 1926. You had George Uffner, relatively unknown except within circles of Arnold Rothstein, and a drug conviction. Sidney Stager, Arnold Rothstein's closest confidant, world-traveling drug addict. Abe Stein. This guy loved the check forging business and traveling the world to arrange drug shipments. Fatty Walsh, not so much the international traveler, but definitely an intimate of those guys and made money from the drug deals.
So Arnold Rothstein was known as one of the early financiers of drug shipments that were coming to the United States, and he was probably one of the first New York-based gangsters to really recognize the income potential from a well-organized drug trafficking network. He set some of the stage for a lot of the larger drug trafficking and drug smuggling operations that would follow.
In the late to mid-20s, he started organizing these trips over to Europe, to cultivate these heroin connections, because the Mafia knew that the Volstead Act was coming. The Mafia knew, that alcohol was going to be made legal. And this was how they were making their money. They were getting rich off prohibition. So they needed something to replace that income. And that's what they did. They learned from Arnold Rothstein. They started sending their guys out. That's kind of really how they made their bones in the early days of organized crime before they went on to these big stellar careers as mobsters and mafiosos in pop culture.